gaming, whatever you want to call it. I've been taking a look recently in the past couple weeks at Slay the Spire, and I'm going to get back into that here in just a second. Big announcements, though, some really big announcements this week from both the games I played. Before I played Slay the Spire, I've been playing Lord of the Rings online, the digital version of the Fantasy Flight Games living card game, which I'm really glad to see in a different format. I'm hoping that it's going to be successful and that maybe they'll do some of their other games, their other living card games as well. But this is a really cool uh, adaptation of the game into digital form. And their big news this week coming up, in case you haven't heard already, is that they're adding co-op mode this week. Unfortunately, it's not until I believe tomorrow, so it'll be after my normal stream. But starting next week, I will be streaming the live preview session with the co-op mode, and I'll be playing with a quieter Jofos. He'll be on kind of in limited fashion. I'll try to kind of explain most of what's going on, and he'll be able to talk a little bit here and there. But for the most part, it'll just be me, but I'll be playing with him cooperatively. So we'll see his moves and get to see what he's doing. And of course, the best thing about it is we'll show off the thing we've been looking forward to the most, which is the cooperative mode. And we'll be playing through with our new decks. I'm going to try to go in, maybe talk to him, do a little planning, try to figure out a good combo of heroes that we can play. I have watched the live stream of the co-op session from Fantasy Flight Games, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, woot, for sure. So it'll be exciting. That'll be starting next week. I'm not sure how much of the co-op we'll do, although it wouldn't take very long to do the missions that they have and the encounter. There's only one campaign out that's right now, or that's out right now, about 5 missions, and then there's a side scenario that's a little bit of a longer mission. So, but there'll be a lot to see, a lot of cool stuff, and that'll be a lot of fun to check out. Last week we kind of talked about with Slay the Spire, and to move to Slay the Spire news, we talked about when the final release of the game would be, and of course right after that, it came out last week, right after the stream was finished. They have finally released it. It's version 1.0 out for reals. And so you can buy that and check it out. And I'm going to be jumping in now for the first time since it has been fully released out of early access. I don't think that I mean, I haven't heard and I haven't seen that there are very many changes so far. But I imagine I won't see that splash screen at the beginning that will say this is in early access. That'll be gone. So we'll jump in here and see what we see. So one of the things I'm kind of interested in seeing as well is whether or not they're going to have a tutorial mode for any of the, or maybe eventually add one in for the game. Although I do think this is, and I've said this before, I do think that this game really lends itself to be able to figure out really easily on your own without having to worry about knowing too much going into it. I'm going to get the volume down a little bit lower. It's just a little bit easier for me to hear myself think. Okay. Last time I did a run starting with the new character, so I did find out a little bit about how the game progresses. It is a roguelike. Every time you play a run, or every time you do a run, it will be different. You'll fight different monsters, different combination, different path through the spire, and you try to make it to the end every time. After you finish a run, you get a certain amount of XP. If you get, or there's certain achievements that once you earn them, you unlock certain things. The achievement that I have unlocked after beating the game one time was that I got to play with this new character, the Silent, which is pretty awesome. He's pretty rad. The thing that he has... What's his starting ability? Is it the Ring of the Snake? It must be, because I think that's the first relic I got. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. So he gets a little bit of a boost quite a bit as he kind of goes along, which is really cool. I also start each combat with +1 strength, and as you know, the strength, when that's added, that's like a permanent for the whole matchup. You get that extra strength combat. Now it can be reduced by debuffs, but it's nice to kind of start with that extra damage from cards. I also get a lantern, which also starts my combat with additional energy, which is awesome. And then, of course, I can have 2 additional cards at the start of combat, and that's on top of my Ring of the Snake, which already lets me draw 2 extra cards. So I've got a lot of really awesome card draws, which is great because I believe that the Silent is is really big in card cycling, deck cycling, and so I want to get through those cards. I want to get those in my hand as fast as I can. Last game, I beat the boss of the first level, and I thought I made this choice already, but maybe it went back to a little ways. So I can't see. So some of the runes that you get are so powerful that they actually have a debuff with a bonus. So I would get extra energy, but I can't see what the enemy is going to do, and that's a lot to give up because there are many turns when if I know the enemy's not going to attack, I do certain other moves to build things up. I just really can't rely on guessing. At the end of my turn, I no longer discard my hand. That's kind of an interesting idea. But I would draw cards to replace them, or would I draw a limited number of cards? See, and the other thing I don't like about that is there's certain debuffs that monsters will play on you that will add cards into trash in your hand. So I guess what I'm assuming is that eventually I have my entire hand in my entire deck in my hand. Man, I really want to know more about this. Upon pickup, choose and add 5 cards to your deck. So this is a once per. I mean, it basically does something one time and then doesn't give me any benefit after that, which is to add 5 cards to my deck. I mean, they could be good cards. Okay, I just want to see some chaos here, so I think I'm gonna see what this no longer discard cards, because the one thing is if I can have an unlimited number of cards in my hand, then cards that are added to clutter my hand don't really make a difference once they're in my hand, if that makes sense. They no longer are something I have to worry about once they're in my hand. The only disadvantage is that drawing cards, if I say only draw 5 cards a turn, if they show up as one of those 5 or multiples of those 5, then that will be a disadvantage. But once they're actually in my hand, they never go back to my discard pile. They never go back to my deck. And so maybe that would actually make them not as bad. I don't know. I'm going to go with that logic. So I made it to the city, Act 2. Now, if you remember, if you've been watching the stream before, I have gotten to this stage, and I got all the way to the Guardian, and I got killed with the Guardian. So I need to try to make it this time. I've got full health. Every floor you start, you get fully regenerated, which is nice. I've got a pretty good amount of money. I have 1 potion slot free. Looks like a lot of enemies and a lot of random events for a while. There's a merchant eventually. No treasure chests, though. It's kind of interesting. Alright. And then, of course, the nice thing is if I fight an elite enemy, I get a chance to get another relic. And so it's almost worth it just to do that. But that will take me, if I pick this side, I'm going to be going on a path with a lot of random events. But oh, there is a treasure chest over here. I missed this treasure chest row. Maybe we'll take this crazy row over here. There's a lot of fighting. Alright, we'll do it. We're going to go down the fighting path. Okay, so these guys have flight. Let's see what that means. They receive 50% less attack damage. It's canceled if it's dealt attack damage 3 times in 1 turn. Okay, so this is where the cards that deal multiple dealt attack damage 3 times in one turn. Okay, so I guess one of the flights will be canceled if I can do 3 damage at once in one turn. 3 sets of damage. That should be pretty easy because most of the time I can play a lot of damage. Okay, so I do get the backstab. I can do 12 damage. I am going to weaken this little guy here. I'm going to try to take out one of these guys who... So his attacks deal less damage. So he's basically not doing any damage now, which is nice. And one of the attacks... Okay, so basically every time I think it'll regenerate back up to 3 if I don't do 2 more points of damage to him. Or 2 more sets of damage to him. So I'm going to... Apply 99 vulnerable. Okay, so I'm going to make this guy vulnerable. Even though he's not... It won't take much to kill him, but he will take more damage, which is nice. So if I attack him, it's only going to do... See, it's only going to do 9 damage because of the flying. I'm going to try to finish him off. So now I only need to do 11 damage. So I think I'll add the shivs, because that technically gives me more damage than any of these cards can do by themselves. And the nice thing is these shivs are going to be really useful against these enemies because I can do multiple sets of damage. See, now he's not flying, and he's not going to be attacking apparently. So let's go ahead and try to knock down his remaining flying ability. So this guy is buffing. So maybe I'll just let him buff and then I'll play outmaneuver, which gives me extra energy next turn. So I'm going to do 9 damage and knock him down to the ground. And then do my outmaneuver. Oh, I forgot I've got these Endless Agony. Add a copy, whenever you draw this card, add a copy of it into your hand, and I can deal 5 damage, but once I play it, to do the damage, it exhausts that card. So I want to keep these going back in and recycling into my hand, because they're free, basically energy-free damage. So these two guys are stunned. I wonder if they'll get back up and fly again. So, nope, it looks like they stay down, and they're doing some damage. So I'm going to take 10 from this guy. I need to get rid of him. Let's see. So I don't have any... Well, I've got the Endless Agony. I can deal 10 damage. That's probably good, because... to use these at this point. Because if I can do one more card of damage, I can knock him out of the sky. And I do have extra actions this turn, or extra energy. So yeah, so now he's not attacking. I've got 2 other guys attacking at 6 total damage. But I should be able to knock these guys out. I've got a lot of defense, so at the end I can always play some defenses to block if I just get rid of one guy. So it looks like the most damage that I can do is one of these strikes. But it should do 10 damage because he's weakened, so he'll be dead. So now I just have 3 damage coming at me. Can I do... So it looks like that just does... I can only do 14 damage. That's not going to be enough to kill him, so I'm going to have to block a little bit. Alright. And the idea of this game is obviously you want to be most efficient, right? Like I could have played all these defend cards, but that would have been a waste of energy because I'm only taking damage. So I love that. This is why I didn't want to take that other relic, because you just don't know how much damage you're going to take or if they're even going to attack. So if I had that relic, sure, I'd have extra energy, but I wouldn't know how many... I would play all these defenses because I wouldn't want to get rid of them. Or I wouldn't know what was going to happen. Now see here in this case, I don't know what the enemy's going to do next time. So my only choice is to kill him, because if he's attacking for 4 damage, then it would be easy to just knock him out. So I can definitely block damage and finish this guy off, I think. So I don't need to play After Image, which gives me a block whenever I play a card. I'm only going to play 2 other cards after that if I play that anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this guy. So I've got 4 damage coming at me, so I think... I mean, I'll play the Caltrops, not that I need to. It'll deal damage when I'm hit. And then I'll just defend. And then we'll see. So I did a little damage, blocked his damage. Yeah, I'm just totally getting... Nothing is going in my discard, which is kind of cool. Because then I don't have to worry about choosing between really awesome cards. I can keep the awesome card that I can't play that turn. So I've decreased his attacks. I don't know what he's doing. So I've got to try to just... Yeah, I've got enough I can easily finish him. Alright, so I've got 11 gold. I get a potion. Fill all your empty potion slots with random potions. That's kind of cool. I can add to my strength, so if I come across a really tough battle, I should do that. At the end of your turn, though, it's just a 1 per turn. So I can also get this fairy in the bottle to keep me alive. Little nod to Zelda there. Add a card to your deck. Okay. I mean, this Shiv is pretty awesome. I feel like poison would be good if I fought a lot of bosses, big guys, but I don't know. Okay, so we're moving on to the next fight. So these guys are going to steal gold from me, and then they'll try to run away. They're going to do 20 damage right now, so I got to do something to knock their attack down, or... I mean, definitely neutralize. Whoop. Neutralize helps. So now I'm only taking 17 damage. And then the question is, can I... If I fight these guys... So I can do 24 damage. So this is one of the dilemmas in the game that you'll often have, is you've got a combination. I've got 1 defense card I can play. And then at that point, I'm kind of at a disadvantage because I'm taking so much damage, and I can try to push the damage as much as I can, but I don't think I have enough to completely kill him. And I also don't have enough energy to play enough cards to kill him, so... If I make him more vulnerable, he's going to take a little bit more damage, but... I don't know. Let's see what I get to... Wait. I guess I should play... If I'm going to make him vulnerable, I should do it. So instead of 12, he's taking 18, which is pretty good. And this is all free damage. I've only spent 1 energy. So I got him down to 8. I guess he is killable. So now I only have to block 10 damage. So I can block 5 with the... And then it looks like I can't do... So I can only do, with the shivs, I can only do 10 damage, but with the quick slash, I can deal 9 damage and draw a card, and of course I get these good cards. But they're not going to kill him, and so I'm going to be taking 5 damage. I'm going to just let these... Oh, I can't cycle these out. So the downside of the Relic now is that these Endless Agony cards are not as powerful as they could have been. So I might as well play them because they're never going to be discarded. Oh, but I have discarded some cards. It's interesting. So I've got 3 energy. Yeah, I need to play some block here. I'm gonna... I mean, I've got enough block here now to completely block his attack. So now I can just... I'll give myself some extra energy next round. So you gotta watch out for these thieves. They'll steal your money and then try to run away. Oh, okay, so there is a limit to your hand. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do still have a benefit of if I hold on, if I let those spawning cards, I can't remember the name of them right off the top of my head, the Endless Agony. If I would have let them go and recycle, they could have kept coming back. So 10 cards is my limit. That's pretty good, though, because then now, look at this. I mean, I have such a huge amount of choice. Taking 16 damage, though. I don't know how that happened. So I think I'm going to play the Caltrops so that even if I don't block all the damage, he'll take damage for attacking me. Nope. Never mind. Won't be able to play this. So that was the Caltrops. And I also added some extra block. I'm going to add some additional block. Now I'm only going to take 3 damage next round. I'm hoping maybe to get a little bit more block. So I'm going to play this card. Just going to do now damage and let me draw a card. Yep. So I gained the block I needed. He's stealing more money. All right. So now he's going to block on his turn. So I should just all-out attack. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So if I don't have enough space, it put one of the shivs in my discard pile. And so I was only able to do... I couldn't do enough damage, basically. Okay. So I got my gold back. I'm trying to decide if I like these terror cards. I guess I would like them more if they didn't cost anything. They do apply 99 vulnerable, so it's like a permanent debuff practically, but I just don't... I mean, most of the guys I'm fighting are easy to kill in a few rounds, so I don't know. All-out attack, discard 14, deal 14 damage to all enemies, and then discard a card at random. Piercing wall, which look like it's been upgraded already. It's kind of cool. All enemies lose 8 strength this turn. Exhaust. So that would pretty much make them... I wonder if it could go... I'm sure it could go... Strength can go into the negative if I play that card, which means it would not do very much damage to me. We'll see how that plays out. So random event. You spot a loose brick within a pillar that catches your eye. You find a folded note and a card inside. It reads, "The heart awaits. This is your handwriting. Take and give. Receive iron wave and store a card." Okay. So I can give myself Iron Wave, which gains 5 block and deals 5 damage. That's pretty cool. And I get to store a card. So basically, I replace it. Obviously, I'll use one of my defend cards. What's going on? Oh, man, I like that. So I get rid of a not-so-great card for a much better card. I won't have that whole block or attack dilemma with that card. All right. Well, here's hoping I get that... well, we've got the Iron Wave right off the bat. So I'm going to be taking 10 damage. And I definitely am not going to be able to kill him fast enough to get it. To get rid of that damage from happening. So I'm going to play Iron Wave. And then I'll play Defense. And now I'm blocking all the damage that's going to be done. I'll play the Backstab. The question is, who do I want to hit with it? I mean, I might as well knock down the guy who has less hit points. And I have a feeling he might attack next. Let me give myself a little extra energy next round. Draw an extra card. And that's all I can do. Alright, so let's see how this Piercing Wail works. All enemies lose 8 strength this turn and exhaust. So they don't have any strength right now. This guy is going to gain 3 strength at the end of its turn. So let's see what happens if I... Piercing Wail. Okay, so I did give them -8. And they're shackled. Oh, so this is just a temporary... That's kind of sucks. So it's a temporary strength loss. But if they're going to be doing a big attack, that's a great card to play. If they're just about to do a huge amount of damage to me. I would like to have a few more of those cards in my deck. So at this point, he is doing 0 damage, so I don't need to block anything. I just need to do some damage. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, so these Endless Agonies, I think I'm going to let them cycle back. And the shivs are going to do more... Well, but I know I won't add 2 shivs, I don't think. Okay. So he's going to inflict a negative effect on me. Okay. Work on him a little bit. And that's the end of my turn. See, the problem is that these Endless Agony are not going to go to my discard ever once they're in my hand. I'm surprised they don't let you decide which cards to discard. Like, the cards that you draw automatically go in the discard, I guess, which is kind of strange. So I've weakened him. His attacks are going to be lessened. Yeah, like, for example, if I play this and gain 2 cards, I should be able to pick from the cards I have. I mean, I do need to build up some block. Okay, so now I've got 2 more cards in my hand. What happens if I get to my limit? Alright, so I just need to... I guess I'll just be protective this round. And it's nice I don't have to worry about these cards going away, so I might, it's like, oh, I should play this really good attack because who knows when it'll come back. I can just play defensively until I see, and until I've got everything, like right now I've got everything blocked. So now I could attack, but I also can play cards more often like Caltrops to set up regular damage that gets reciprocated. And then on my next turn, I've still got all these great cards to choose from. So I'm going to apply Vulnerable. Okay, so something... Oh, okay, so I was hexed. Whenever I play a non-attack card, shuffle 1 daze into my attack, into my draw pile. Yeah, so I definitely need to block. So unfortunately, I'm going to have a lot of those terrible cards coming into my hand. Wow. I really was not able to block very much that round. I should have played more. How the hell do you get such a large hand? Oh, so Joe, I think you might have missed it. I got a relic, the Runic Pyramid. So at the end of my turn, I don't discard my hand. That's an amazing relic because now, as I'm playing, I don't have to worry about not playing powerful cards. I just have to wait. The only downside is now, see, I've got these cards that won't leave my hand, I think. Which sucks. But now that they're in my hand, I also don't have to worry about them coming into my hand, being drawn. But they can still technically clutter it, so it's kind of a... I don't know. I keep going back and forth here. So I'm going to play the Endless Agony so I can do some damage. He's definitely not attacking. There's some other downsides too, like my shivs or my blade dance. It's not quite as useful if I can't. And it's a non-attack card, so it puts more of those daze cards in my hand. Maybe it's better just to... I wonder what happens if my hand eventually gets cluttered up with only dazed cards. It doesn't seem like that could happen, but... Oh, okay, they go away at the end of the turn, it looked like. Oh, because they were ethereal. So, I guess... Yeah, so see, I've got a huge hand of cards here, but they do go away. Yeah, if this card is in your hand at the end of the turn, so that's nice. Some cards that are ethereal, they'll go away once they're in your hand. So they really don't... They're not affected by my rune, really, because I'll draw them in my hand anyway. But see, I didn't get very many new cards, so now, unfortunately, I've got a lot of crappy crap. And he's going to deal a lot of damage to me. Man, this daze thing lasts a long time. Okay. So I took a good amount of damage that time. Deal 4 damage for each skill in your hand. Wow. So basically, this card is going to be super powerful with this rune that I have. Yeah. That's going to be pretty big. Alright. So this guy gains block when I attack him. He's going to debuff me. So the trick is... when he gains block, he blocks the next amount of damage. So what you want to do is you want to save your big damage to do to him right away. Let's see. So let's say we do a backstab, for example. So see, now he built up. and he got 4 block. So now he's got 3 block, but I think I think if I hit him again, he gains another set of block, but it's less than last time. So it's like a decreasing amount of block, but unfortunately it does keep triggering. Oh no, as he takes more damage, it gets higher. So I want to do few attacks. Then I think it resets at the start. Yeah, it resets at the start of my turn. Okay. Alright, so I'll play a bunch of buffs on myself. Because I don't want to play very many attack cards. Do I get to carry over? I don't think I get to carry over my energy, but if I did more attack... Yeah. Okay, so he's attacking, but I'm going to play Piercing Whale. So he's doing no damage to me for 1 round. I need to pick the card that's going to do the most damage. Which is almost nothing. Man. Yeah, see, and the downside is now... Oof. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm trying to get rid of all these. So the other thing is if I'm cluttered up with no attack cards... Ugh. Okay. Man, this relic is really messing up my my whole dynamic here. So I mean, he's effectively not doing a ton of damage. So this is going to deal 3 damage for each skill card I have in my hand, but it doesn't look like it's... I have 5 skills, so it's going to deal 15 damage. That has got to be the highest amount of damage that I can do, so I want to do that. Alright, down to 17. I don't need to play any defense cards, which is like almost everything I have. Okay, so I'll deal... Oh my gosh, but his block is so ridiculous. Yeah, now my hand is getting cluttered up with these stupid defense cards that I don't need. Whew, this relic is giving me hell. Okay, so I definitely weaken him. Or make him vulnerable. He's going to do 21 damage right now. It's not good. And the problem is that I don't even know... Okay, so now he's doing 15, which is less for sure. Man, I can't even attack him. And my block is going to be... He's weakened me too, so my block is going to be terrible. So this relic might have been a bad idea in general. Oh, but he dies because of my caltrops. I guess I'm glad I played the caltrops. But I'm hurting. Lost a lot of hit points. So the problem is that I can't drink potions when I loot stuff. That would have been nice. Yeah, if I was doing a poison deck, that might be awesome. But I think if Bane is awesome, if the enemy's poison, you deal extra damage. I think this all-out attack is good because I'll always have a bunch of cards in my hand. Well, I can't pick that. Okay, so the trick is that now I can fight an epic boss or an elite boss. I'll have a campfire right after, then a random event, a treasure chest, a merchant. So those are like a good combination of events. But I just got to get through this fight without something, the Book of Stabbing. So the problem is that hopefully I won't get a situation where the guy can block damage because, instead this guy's going to do a ton of damage to me. Painful stabs. Whenever you receive attack damage from this enemy, add a wound to your discard pile. Okay. So I gotta weaken him. That takes him down to 15 damage. I can block 10. I don't have any cards that let me draw cards. So that kind of I need to defend this. So I'm going to take 5 damage. And I've learned from previous instances, this Endless Agony is not going to go away, so I might as well just play it. It's not going to get discarded and recycled, so I may need to get rid of those cards out of my deck, because they don't do a lot of damage. They do a crappy amount of damage, but if I was to draw a bunch of them, they would... Yeah, with this relic, it's just not going to work, because they just clutter up my hand and don't do much damage. So I'm going to go for the backstabs, which are free. The Blade Dance is going to do more damage than the strikes, because they do 10 both together. And then I've still got some strike I can do. Alright, it's a decent amount of damage. I'm going to take a little bit, but I did a lot more than I took. Okay, so I did get a wound. It went into my discard, and it's going to clutter up my hand momentarily. But this is the problem with that relic, is I need to kill this guy before I get too cluttered up. Because I don't believe wound cards will go away like those other cards, yeah. It literally will stay with me forever. Until the end of the match. So he's dealing 12 damage to me. I have absolutely nothing I can do, which really sucks. And I also don't have very good damage cards, so there's no hope. So I might as well just suck it up, do some damage back to him when he attacks me, set up some extra energy next round. At least it got him down to below 100. Now, with this relic, that's really when you want to try to have... Oh, and he did damage to me twice, which meant he took 10 damage, which is pretty cool. Those caltrops are pretty awesome. The problem is that... Oh, this is a perfect time to play Piercing Wail. This will really reduce his damage. 13's not bad. I definitely need to defend, because I'm still going to be taking 8. The flechettes, I don't have any skill cards in my hand, so I need to keep that until I do. So I think I'll do damage and draw a card. Oh, 11 damage to all enemies. And I have to discard a card. Oh, at random, dang it! Oh well. I couldn't do much damage with all these shivs or strikes in my hand anyway. Okay, so I'm going to be taking 8 damage. Okay. But now I'm going to be taking 18. This guy does a lot of damage. So I think I'm going to up my strength because I have a feeling I'll get a potion. I need to do some fast damage here. So I could draw 2 cards by backflipping. And it also gives me block. So I can block 13 and then 18 if I play all 3 of these cards. It's probably the smart thing to do. I have to discard a card, but I'll get rid of these stupid strikes. So unfortunately I can't do a lot of damage this round, or any damage this round, but I am blocking all of his damage. My strength goes back down? After 1 round, that potion's gone? That's sad. Oh yeah, it did say that too. I remember reading that. I just read that. Now he's doing 24. Okay, so I really need to finish this guy fast. I don't have any 0 attack cards. Okay, maybe... Okay, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to play Terror, which is wasting 1 of my 3 possible damage. I'll deal 13 damage and draw a card with this one. I mean, it's more damage than any of my other cards are going to give me. Man. And this is the best I can do as far as block. That's the only way I can discard cards. Oof. Okay, so I'm on the ropes here, but he's also on the ropes. He's doing 21 damage, but I think I can finish him. I just gotta figure out the most damage. Probably the strike. Okay. Whew, this is not good. Okay, so I got some war paint. Upgrade 2 random skills upon pickup. That's cool. So randomly, 2 blocks were upgraded. That's not that great. Up unplayable. So this card, you can't normally discard it, but if you can get it out of your hand, you get 2 energy. I didn't set this combo up with other cards. There were some options to get discard cards earlier, but I haven't gotten any. Well-laid plans. At the end of your turn, retain up to 1 card. I get to keep all my cards, so that's not worth it. Blur. Gain 8 block. Block is not removed at the start of your next turn. Oh, so that might be... I guess it's like a permanent block. That would be cool. Unfortunately, I have to rest. I am way low on hit points. I do still have my fairy bottle, but yeah, that war paint was not a great relic. And now I'm facing like a lot of enemies. So I need to save the piercing wall because it's just a temporary build-up of... Man. Okay, I have 3 skills in my hand. So that's going to do 15 damage. I've got to try taking somebody out because I can't deal with this many enemies. See, now I gotta play that. It's only for 1 turn, so I gotta play that when they're about to attack. That was not played well. I don't need to play my blocks. Okay, I'm going to give myself extra energy, but there's really nothing else I want to play this round. Man, but I'm going to lose the energy. So this is Oh, maybe... Oh, this is a power. Whenever you play a card, gain a block. Ah, that's a permanent power. So that was dumb. I can be giving myself block all the time. But only one. That's unfortunate. Deal 5 damage for each card in your hand. 3 skills. So 15 damage, but... Well, it'll come back. Okay, so these guys basically... Man, they're going to keep gaining strength. So what I'm really worried about is I need to block a lot of damage. So right now I'm blocking 20, or I'm sorry, 18. Okay, but here is a situation where I could decrease their strength. But do I want to worry about that right now? Okay, so let's just get rid of our 0 cost cards. So I can do damage and block. Oh, and I'm also gaining block every time I play a card. So those 0 cost cards are awesome for that. So if I take him out, I'll have 7 block. I'll still have to add... Okay. I think I can manage this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, that after image definitely adds up. So now at this point, I only have to block 3 damage. So I'll get some shivs and start working on this next guy. So I'm down to 2 energy. I'm taking 12 damage, so I'm blocking everything. Man, I just don't have anything left I can play. Or that I want to play. Alright. So I've got this damage blocked. I'm going to say Piercing Wail for next round. Unfortunately, I lost that extra energy, which is crazy that I'm running into that situation. Yeah, Joe, I'm also feeling bad about this fight because this relic has just completely turned my whole strategy upside down because now I have extra energy at the end of every turn and I'm like using all my cards but I can't do anything. Okay, so I'm taking 18 damage unless I can kill this guy. I should be able to kill that guy, right? 11 damage to all enemies, but I discard a card at random. So I want to get rid of all the cards I really like. I mean, I just don't want the Piercing Wail to get taken. This would be the best time to play it, though, because all the enemies are going to lose. Yeah. This will allow me to attack a lot more this round. So I don't have to play any defenses, because I can block everything. Oh, blimey. Okay, so this is going to be a more effective method, because I can do 5 to him and kill him, and then start working on this guy. Now I'm totally blocking everything he's going to do. I am really glad, as much as I'm kind of regretting the Runic Pyramid, I am really liking the Blur card purchase, or I guess I got that as a reward. So he's going to do 12 points of damage. No 0 cards. So I am going to play Caltrops, because I think I can block everything. I just got to make sure that I get some damage back on him. So I got to discard a card, one of my strikes. Yeah. So now I've almost got... If I just play 2... Oh, I can only play 1 more card. No, I can play more cards. Oh, this is awesome. So do I get a block for this card? Yes, and each shiv I play. So that makes the shivs even more awesome. So Note to self or any players: get Blur, and if you're going to have shivs in your deck, get Blur as well, because I'm totally beefing up my block with all these extra cards I'm playing. And a lot of zero cost cards will also help. So I'm totally blocking everything. +3 strength. So he keeps gaining in strength. He's just going to get more and more powerful. But thankfully, I've got him down to the last little bit. No zero cards. Alright, I'm going to play Terror on him because all of my cards are going to do a lot more damage. So the question is, can I finish him, though? Yeah, I want to know what this card does. Block is not removed at the beginning. Okay. Oh, so all the block I have is not going to be removed at the start of my next turn. So basically it gives me an extra turn with the same amount of block I'm building up right now. That's pretty amazing. So I'll just go ahead and gain 5 more block, draw 2 cards, and then so the 16 block will stay next round. Oh, but you know what? If he knocks it down, then yeah. So if he knocks the block off, then that goes away, but any remaining block will stay. Okay, so he's got 18. Surely I can finish him off now. He's got 13. Yeah. Okay. Regen potion. 5 regen. So that'll be good if I do like a lighter fight. I can hopefully regenerate hit points. 7 damage and apply a weak. I feel like I've got a lot of block cards. Too many. I don't need energy either. I think I need more damage. Okay, so treasure chest, relic, good relic, please, please, please. Letter opener. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. So that's cool because I have a lot of cards in my hand, so surely some of them will be skills. Okay, so the merchant. One thing I want to do is, I think I want to get rid of, I can only get rid of 1 card, but I think I'm going to get rid of the Endless Agony. Because those cards really don't work well with the relic. Let's see, riddle with holes. Deal 3 damage 5 times. 10 damage to all enemies, discard 1 card at random. Nightmare Sale. Choose a card next turn, add 3 copies of that card to your hand, and exhaust. Choose a card next turn, add 3 copies of that card. I don't know if that's worth a 3 cost. Double the enemy's poison and then exhaust. Footwork. Gain 2 dexterity. What is dexterity? Oh, improves block gain from cards. That is awesome. And that's a power. That might be worth it. Trip. Apply 2 vulnerable. Vulnerable creatures take 50% more damage from attacks. Transmutation. Removed until the end of combat. Oh, if it's exhausted. Add X random colorless cards into your hand that cost 0. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this dexterity. See, the problem is... Oh, so here's some relics. Start each combat with 1 dexterity that adds to my block. At the start of each combat, add 1 vulnerable to all enemies. The effects of your X cards are increased by 2. Okay. So I kind of like this one, and I kind of like this one. So it gives me a dexterity and a vulnerable to all enemies. I have no money left. I think this was the only merchant. Yeah. So I might as well spend all that money, because I'm not going to get another chance. Okay, random event. Hopefully something cool where I can get rid of crappy cards. A man with an eye patch and a devilish grin strides up to you. Hey there, stranger. Interested in advancing science? Oh, thanks, Joe. Yeah, was surprised I got through that fight too for a while. I can make you stronger than any training or blessing. You're going to need it if you're one of those heroes with the death wish. What do you say? Test Jax. Get Jaxed. Become a test subject. Transform 2 cards. Ingest mutagens. Obtain a special relic. But what does that mean? What kind of special relic am I going to get? Oh, okay, so I get Jax in my hand, or in my deck. Lose 3 HP, but gain 2 strength. I don't want to do that. Transform 2 cards if I become a test subject. I wonder if I get a choice in the transformation. And then ingest mutagens, obtain a special relic. I'm going to be really crazy this mission. So I've already survived longer than I thought. So I got a special relic. Mutagenic strength. Start each combat with 3 strength at the end of your first turn. Lose 3 strength. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. It's not necessarily going to... You quaff the mysterious substance. Immediately you're invigorated, feel your muscle fibers twitch. So, I mean, I gain 3 strength that I won't get later, but that's great because I have those backstab cards in my hand, so I'm going to do a lot of damage with them now. So I either have 3 fights and a campfire, or 2 random events and a fight and a campfire. I think I'm going to have to go with the random events because I don't think hit point wise I can last. Scaling the city, you notice a wall covered in the writing of ancients. As you try to wrap your head around what the puzzling symbols and glyphs could mean, the writing begins to glow. Suddenly the message becomes clear. Elegance, remove a card from your deck. Or simplicity, upgrade all strikes and defends. Wow. I mean, it seems worth it because I still have a lot of defends and strikes, so why wouldn't I upgrade them all? The truth is always simple. Okay, so another random event. So far I've been having some really great luck for these random events, considering I've had bad luck with fighting and this relic. A gremlin is madly shuffling cards on a table. The monster seems to be a harmless one. You approach him out of curiosity. 12 cards. Match them to keep them. 5 tries, no do-overs. Are you ready? Let's start. So 12 cards. I got to match them to keep them. 5 tries, no do-overs. Okay. Alright, this is kind of cool. I like these mini games. Okay, so Caltrops. Backflip. Caltrops backflip. Neutralize. Caltrops backflip, neutralize. Okay, so backflip. Caltrops neutralize. Oh, I only have 2 attempts left? That's kind of sucky. Ooh, I want more after image. Oh, I really want after image. Please, no. Alright, didn't get anything else. I would have loved that after image. That would have been cool. Okay, so I'm fighting a Centurion and a Mystic. This guy's... Oops, excuse me. This guy's going to block in his turn. I did give him vulnerable, so he's going to take extra damage, so I should... This guy's going to buff. Blur. Gain 9 block. Block is not removed. Okay, so I definitely want to get after image out there. Because I am going to play... Yeah, I'm going to play some 0-cost cards. Even though he's not blocking, or he's not attacking this turn. 22 damage, wow, with that vulnerability. Can I add any other vulnerability? Nope, but that's okay. Yeah, that's definitely an amazing rune to get. That I'm glad I purchased those, because that's a lot of extra damage this first round. So I definitely should play... Is there anything I can play? Oh, so if I backflip, I gain 2 cards. Let's go ahead and do that. They're defends. That's okay. They're upgraded defends. That's what's awesome. So the only attack cards I have left are Blade Dance, which gives me shivs. Man. A lot of damage. And dead. And I've got all that block just from playing cards. I think I played like at least one card that's a block. Yeah, 5, 10, I guess. So I didn't really gain that much, but man, it seems like I was playing a lot of cards. I have 6 skills in my hands, 5 damage. This card is amazing with Runic Pyramid. Also, I'm about to do 30 damage. That's amazing. So I'll gain extra block from cards. So I might as well... I can only play one more card. So it might as well be this one. So I'll get to keep 4 block next turn. And he's going to be buffing. But I think I'll finish him off. Deal 4 damage to all enemies twice. Deal 6 damage for each attack played this turn. Ooh, another blur. I like those. I like those a lot. Do you know that everything in my state is going to be closed tomorrow except for my workplace? Whoa, that's crazy. I did hear you got to watch out for that vortex. That polar vortex. I mean, isn't that the plot of The Day After Tomorrow, right? I mean, that there were just these giant vortexes pulling upper atmosphere air down, super cool air. I know. That's, yeah. I'm actually jealous. I wish that we could have a snow day. But down here where I teach, we don't have any. When I taught in Kansas, we had snow days built into the school year. But down here, we don't have any because they don't expect us to ever have snow days. So if we use a snow day, we have to go another day some other time in the year. So it's kind of bittersweet. But I still like the unexpected day off. It's kind of fun. I am going to have to rest again. Negative 40 to 50 degrees wind chills. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine how cold that would be. I remember being in Minnesota a couple of times and it being like negative 20. That was pretty brutal. I read an article that said today Chicago, or maybe tomorrow, Chicago is going to be colder than Antarctica. Anyway. Now we're ready for the Guardian fight. This is where I got to last time. I'm only missing... So this is what I ran into last time. I wasn't missing that many hit points, so I was really egotistical. And I went into the fight. Ooh, this is a different boss. Bronze Automaton. So he's going to dodge my first 2 debuffs. And I don't know what he's going to do. So I definitely don't want to play a strong debuff at the beginning. I did get my after image, so I want to play that. That's amazing because every card I play is going to add to my block. I don't know what he's going to do. I know I want to play these cards no matter what. I think I'm going to weaken him. Vulnerable. This is a perfect card to play on a boss. Oh, but I... Okay, if I lose, I deserve to lose for that. Because I just played an awesome card on a boss that I knew, and I just said he's going to block a debuff, the first 2 debuffs, excuse me. My bad. So I don't know what he's going to do. I guess I'm going to play these... Now at this point, I don't know if he's going to attack or not, and so if I play anything that doesn't block, I might be in for a lot of damage. Now this is a pretty good amount of block. Ooh. So for nothing, I can do damage and weaken him, which technically he's just going to take off that last artifact. Okay, so he has no block for my debuffs from now on. Unfortunately, I played that card that I won't get back, that I could have weakened him permanently. Night, Joe. Yeah, it is a pretty cool armor-looking thing. Oh, that's crazy. Wyoming can have problems. Yeah. I've heard that about Wyoming. I haven't been there in a long time, but it's crazy. It's those flat states, right? They can just blow that cold air like all down the whole state. Although I guess Wyoming has mountains, but Kansas doesn't, and Iowa doesn't. So those are pretty cold. Okay, so now I know he's doing 14. Oh, and he has some little minions. Yikes. So they're debuffing me, and this guy is attacking for 14. So I need to do some defense. So if I give myself dexterity, and then weaken him and block, I might be able to... He's only doing 14. So I'm going to give myself dexterity. Might take a little extra damage, but it will be worth it. Okay, so now he's only dealing 10, and I'm blocking 8 right now. So I've got one card I can play. 8 block and deal 6 damage, or 11 block. I mean, do the 11 block and block all the damage. Oh, so he took a card. Okay. So they're planning on attacking now for 16. Man, I need a card that does damage to all enemies, for example. I don't have any 0 cards to play. I can only play 3 cards so far. If I play my defenses... Oh, I don't have any extra defenses. Do I have any cards that let me draw? Oh, so this is going to block and do... I'm trying to decide if I should go after them. Okay, so I've got some defense starting. I've still got 2 more energy. So they're doing 16. I've already blocked 9. 2 more cards will give me 11. I mean, I might as well play this and block everything. And then the caltrops. So when I'm attacked by anyone, I'll deal damage back. So the nice thing I love about this... Yeah, it is really awesome. Okay. So 20 damage. I don't have a lot of block options. I've got this defense I should for sure play. And then I definitely need to get my blade dance out, although I have a feeling that I'm gonna lose some shivs if I do that, unfortunately. So I'll play an all-out attack, which attacks everybody. And then I'll play a blade dance. And all of this is increasing my block slowly. I think I'll work on this little guy. Hopefully he's not going to just re-summon some more guys. So I got it down to 4 damage, not too bad. Oh, that sucks. They steal my top cards. Yeah, I gotta take them out. Okay, so I took a little bit of damage. Now I'm going to be getting 16 damage. I'm hoping I can... All enemies lose 8 strength this turn. I'm going to save that for a better turn. Or a turn when they're doing more damage. So I'm going to do Survivor because I got to get rid of some of these strikes so that I have more room to play Blade Dance, for example, which will give me more block. Okay, so I got the shivs. Deal some more damage. So it looks like these cards that they're holding, yeah, are going to be returned to my hand, but I have to defeat them to get them. I've got, if I play one more card, I'll be blocking all the damage. Got him down to 4. Yeah. They're not fun. Okay. Okay. So I can gain 11 block. Oh my gosh, now is when I need to play Piercing Wail. Reduce strength by 8. Please. I don't think there's any better card I can play right now. Okay. But it still only takes him down to 43. Okay. And he's going to gain his strength back. Okay, so... I mean, definitely these blurs are pretty awesome. And I get this for 2 rounds. They aren't taken away. Oh, but I don't have enough energy to play anything else. Whew, I'm going to be taking a lot of damage here. Okay, I need these guys to not do anything this round. So I need to do the most damage that I can. All-out attack is pretty good. Because it's 11 to everyone. And then I'll have this guy kind of on the ropes, this other little guy. That seems to be the most damage that I can do right now. It definitely will not be a card that will be useful later on, but for right now, that's a good one. He's stunned for this turn, I think, after his big hit. So it's going to block its next turn. I should try to finish this guy off. It's going to take all of my strength. Or all of my card plays. But I guess it'll be worth it, because if they both attack me, I'll take a shitload of damage. Oh, I got my flechettes. So right now I don't have a lot of skill cards in my hand. I gotta get rid of those, or I've got to get a bunch of skill cards in my hand. So now he's going to be doing 26 points of damage. Makes sense. Makes sense. Gain some block. I need some more block that also does damage. That's not too much to ask. Weak is going to make him... I'm trying to remember, does weak take off his attack? Yes, it does. Whew. Okay, so I only need to block 5 more damage. Unfortunately, if I play a card, I may set myself up for extra energy instead. I know I'm still taking 4 damage. That's not too bad, and I'll have extra energy next round. And, of course, he's taking damage from my Caltrops, which is good. Okay, so he's not attacking at all. I definitely need to all-out attack this round. Man, this blur is nice, too, because now I can blur, and if he attacks next round... Oh, 25 damage. Gotta play this now. Woohoo! Okay. He's down to 183. I definitely need to play Blur, right? Because all these cards I'm playing is going to add to my block, and that won't be removed next turn when I play Blur. I should just keep a Blur in my hand all the time. So on these turns when he's not attacking, I'm still saving that block for the turn when he does attack. So now I got to do some damage. And draw cards because I want to get another Blur in my hand. Might as well play Backflip because I get 2 cards in my hand, which lets me keep the block. Oh, I did get another Blur. So if he doesn't damage me next round, which he probably will, but I get to keep any of the leftover damage. +3 strength, great. Makes sense. Alright, so he's doing 32 points of damage. I'm blocking 24 already. I definitely need to play Blur. Let's see. I don't want to play any of the defend cards. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna keep 4 damage. I think I'll wait to play cards because he's got 9 block though. But I don't really have any big damage cards. I mean, I might as well play this, right? Because I get extra cards. 1 week, so he'll be weak. Okay. And of course, he's taking damage. So now he is... defending. I wish I had another Blur. I definitely don't have anything that lets me draw cards. So the only attack I can do is these shivs. I need to start working him down. I don't need to neutralize him yet because of the fact that... Oh, I don't need to neutralize him yet because he's not attacking next round. But he probably will be this round, and I don't have any defense like I did before. 57. Okay, so let's neutralize him. Now he's doing 42. Not too bad. Now, here's where I could play all of my cards and block a lot of damage. Oh, well, I have to because I'm not going to survive if I don't. So my survivor cards are good because I can get rid of these lesser cards. Hopefully get something better. Wow. Okay. So I'm not blocking... I'm blocking a lot of it. And I'm hopefully what'll happen is I took a little bit of damage and now he'll be... Yeah, he's going to be stunned for a round. So now I gotta do my blur combo again. So I can build that up. And then I'll do it again next round. So basically I'm just waiting for him to attack again. I'm hoping I build up enough block. Yeah, so he's gonna be doing 38. Damage 1 week. I mean, it's probably smart for me to... So 23. I mean, if I play blur, it's all gonna go away. Or if I play defend, it's gonna all go away. Let's weaken him. Now he's not doing as much damage. He's only doing 28. And so now if I play blur... I'll play backflip and draw some extra cards. Ooh, I'm going to do 30 more damage with the flechettes. Okay, and he's taking damage slowly, so I'm kind of wearing him down. The flechettes, I have 6. Now I'm going to do 30 damage. Down to 45. I don't need to worry. I think at this point, I could get him down to where... I don't have to worry about... I can get him down to where I could take him out in 2 turns. Yeah, definitely. So even if he does attack next round, which he probably will, his strength is 12, why not? He's gonna... And he's got 9 blocks, so I basically have to do 30 some damage. Maybe I can't do this. Okay. So if I play these 2, that's 18. I get to draw a card. 10. 18 plus 10 is 28. That's not enough. Not enough. Okay, so I need to block up because there's no way I'm gonna... There's no way. So how much can I block? What's my biggest block? So definitely defend. Blur, although it's kind of a waste of blur. And backflip is the only thing I have left. So I'm not going to die, but I didn't do any damage. Okay. Hopefully at this point, I can kill him. Yes. Okay. I made it to the 3rd level. Next turn, draw X cards. Gain X energy, exhaust. That's cool. Draw 2 cards, exhaust. Whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage. Well, that's pretty good, because I play a lot of cards in a round, and it's a power, so might be worth the 2 cost. Come on, Relic. Ring of the Serpent replaces Ring of the Snake. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. Oh, okay, so basically instead of 2 cards just at the beginning of combat, I get 1 extra card all the time. But unfortunately, that's not a great... with the Relic of Runic Pyramid, I'm constantly overdrawing. Busted Crown. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Future card rewards have 2 less cards to choose from. So that basically means I have no choice with cards. Upon pickup, obtain 3 curses and 3 relics. Curses and relics. So curses would be like a permanent crappy card probably, right? I don't really need energy. Man, maybe I should play risky again. It's done me well so far. Okay, so I gained 3 curses. Can't play this card. It's just clutter. Decay, unplayable at the end of your turn. Take 2 damage. Yo, man, this is not good. Unplayable while in your hand. You cannot play more than 3 cards this turn. Okay, but let me see the awesome stuff I'm getting instead. Blood Vial at the start of each combat. Heal 2 HP. That's cool. Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. Mango. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. Alright. The Beyond. Huh. Alright, well this is farther than I've ever gotten, so that's exciting. But I am unfortunately going to stop here for the night. We'll finish the run next week for sure, and then we'll check out if I die or if I make it, which would be cool if I did, because this is a crazy deck setup and relic setup I've got. It will be really fun to try to see if I can make it, and if I can, either way we'll get to see what cool unlockable character we have, because I think I get a 3rd unlockable character if I do 1 run with this new silent character, and so we'll get to see what that is. Looks like there's 3 main characters, and we'll also check out and see if there's any kind of beginning tutorial or anything like that. But either way, it's definitely, I can see how it is a very addictive game that has a lot to throw at you, surprises and all kinds of really cool stuff that happens all the time. So until next week, remember that you can tune in usually on Saturdays. We're taking a week off this week, but usually on Saturdays we're playing table flipping games on Tabletop Simulator. We play some awesome board games. Right now we're playing the campaign of Pandemic Legacy, which is really awesome. You should come and check that out. And I'll be back here next Tuesday with some more Slay the Spire. Actually, that's not true, because as I said at the beginning of the stream, we'll be taking a look at the new co-op mode when it's available starting next Tuesday. I'll be coming back to Slay the Spire. Don't worry. I won't play it while you're gone. I'll come back and finish up that 3rd run whenever I have a chance. Taking a break from Lord of the Rings, but definitely next week I want to check out the co-op and see how much fun that is. Can't wait to try that out with Joe Foes, and so tune in. Be sure to tune in and check that out. And then I will have the VODs. I'm a little behind on uploading VODs to the internets, but I'll get those updated very soon, uploaded. But until then, have a great week, and I'll see you then. I'll see you next Tuesday.